What's up, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon. Whenever you're watching this, guys, what is up? I had a okay weekend, a little bit of a distracting weekend, but I made the most of it. I hope you guys had a good one, man. We gonna be tapping in and just chilling today. I am going to number one be making a bunch of offers on Facebook OfferUp. It's basically going to be where you guys are coming to work with me, to be honest. If you are somebody watching this as a replay, definitely prepared to see a lot of my habits, especially when it comes to phone flipping and making offers. Also, I'll be literally doing some back office things. I know I might package a few resellers kits on live too, because I have, I think today I got 5 orders so far for resellers kits. And if you don't know what resellers kits are, it's just basically these kits that we sell on wesply.com. It's these resellers kits. So these are wholesale boxes. And what I do is I'll take boxes that look just like this. I'll take boxes that just look just like this, fill them up with products. So I might do that on live too. Samuel, what's up? What's up, man? I hope you're having a good Sunday. I hope you had a great weekend. But yeah, so I will just be taking y'all to I keep saying I'm gonna take y'all to work like we're going somewhere. We'll just be working together. All right. Now let me give you guys a little insight on my mindset when it comes to phone flipping. Phone flipping has become extremely I wouldn't say hard, but it has become very unrealistic. You got a lot of people that I see are overpricing phones. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but companies like Verizon and T-Mobile, Verizon Wireless, right? So Verizon Wireless, if you go over to their website, and this is what I like to do sometimes just to see why prices are the way they are. If you don't know, I have 2 websites, right? I have wesply.com. That stands for We Supply. But then I have another website where I am teaching you how to flip electronics, how to sell, how to do all of that, right? And that's HustlerTaughtMe. This is where I teach you how to do certain things, right? This is where I have a price list. Now, this price list is $90 because this is a price list you get for the rest of your life with 50 plus buyers working on one list. Now, the reason I'm bringing it up is because when I am on Sundays having meetings with these buyers and they're talking to me about different phone prices, I'm like, yo, why did this phone price go down? Why did this phone change? I'm asking questions. And for me to be able to gain insight, sometimes they'll give it to me and sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll be like, well, Brendan, I don't know what you mean, because they're rude. They're very rude. Like, they're not nice. A lot of people don't realize, like, phone flippers or wholesale buyers, the people at the top of the chain are assholes. I just have no other way to put it. Like, they are mean. Like, they're not cool. They're not nice. The ones I've met, they're not nice. They're very arrogant. They want things their way, and if they don't get it their way, then they tend to just sob around. Here's the price list that we'll be working with, but they'll tend to sob around and start acting like there's issues, and they're like divas. They're real life divas. We'll sell some Louis Vuitton glasses from DHgate when they get here. Going to take like 2 weeks. All right, cool. I mean, fashion. We could touch on that today too. I've had people ask me to make videos on how they can keep their Rolexes up on Facebook. I do look at comments, y'all. Leave comments because I do look at them. Contrary to a lot, like some of them just be flagged because they say certain things. As far as like the replica aspect, I don't know why YouTube is flagging them on my videos, but when you say certain things, I guess they hide it. But I do see all comments. And as far as like fashion, when it comes to flipping, fashion is interesting. If I gotta be honest, right? So, when it comes to, and I want to make this really clear. When it comes to me, I always stay in my lane. Like, you never see me make videos. And this is why I just kind of, I hold myself back growth wise, because if I made videos about Rolexes and Prada glasses and cologne, I feel like I would get way more reach, a bigger audience. But I'm really just stuck, if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm stuck on doing what I'm great at, right? Like, I don't want to ever try and get my hands into too much and it just start being all about views and all about, well, how many people are liking the video. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be, if I'm on this platform to share my knowledge, I don't necessarily consider it teaching, because I'm no better than you. I'm just somebody that is in the same positions you probably are in or were in. I just share my insight and the knowledge inside my head. But I don't tend to discuss or go off topic when we're talking about reselling, because the fashion game, like Prada glasses, cologne, what else? Rolexes. I've actually 3 years ago tried to hop on that trend before it even became really, really popular. And I'll tell you this story. Like, all right, boom. So I went to, it was somewhere in Cali. I went to this place and they had this store. This store was where I met this buyer at for a phone. Long story short, he was meeting me in a store where they had like these watches. Now, I should have, before I even came on live, got one of the watches. The watches were, you know how they have those watches? I appreciate you though, Samuel. I really do. You know how they have these watches where it's like it's fake diamonds and all of that? Like, you know, those watches that glisten in like the light, but they are fake as ever. They feel real light. You can buy them at like mall kiosks and stuff. Those watches at that time were really popular, right? So I go over to this guy. He has all these watches in the showcase, and I go over to him. I said, hey, how much? He's like, oh, this is $156 or something like that. I said, no. How much if I buy all of them, like all the ones you have in stock? And I was like, because I want to sell them wholesale. And he was like, oh, if you want to buy wholesale, I can give them to you. I swear he said, this might be wrong, it was either $10 or $20. I don't remember exactly which one it was. So I was like, okay. Now, mind you, jewelry, like I was always fascinated with like fake chains, because I felt like fake chains can't cost that much. And then like, who wouldn't buy them if they're going out at night or whatever and they're trying to look cool? Like, I feel like that would be a good need to fulfill for certain people. So I brought the watches, long story short. And I remember buying the watches, and I did not know anything. And this is what I mean, guys, by bet on yourself, bruh. And sometimes you're going to fail. So I got the watches, but I did not know that watches had like sizes. And I didn't know that you had to remove the links and all that. I didn't know any of this, right? So I just get the watches. I buy them, cash them out, get the watches, come back to Philly, and put them in my store. That's what I do. The first thing I do, put them in my store. Mind you, watches don't have no business in my store because my store is all electronics, right? So Samuel said, let's see, watches, people buy them because they're cheap luxury. People want to look rich for some reason. You can get them for cheaper than, yeah. So I got the watches. I'm like, all right, bet. Now, mind you, I went to mall kiosk before, and when I was in high school, I brought a watch from a mall kiosk, and I cashed out. I think I paid like $100. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the man because I paid $100. It wasn't about the watch being real or it being something luxury, to be honest. It was just the fact I paid $100, so I felt like I had something, right? So I remember that feeling. I'm thinking I'm going to get that feeling to other people. So I go put it in my store. Nobody buys it. I'm like, damn. So then what I do is I have a guy do a pop-up shop in Cherry Hill Mall. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, around Philly and New Jersey. So I'm from Philly, but I was raised in Jersey. So I got, some reach. I got friends in multiple places. So he goes to this mall. He tries to sell the watches. They don't sell. Long story short, every single watch, listen to me, Listen to what I'm about to. Every single watch I brought that day, I still have. Every single one. And I also have Rolexes too, and still have them. Now, that is one of the worst investments I've ever made in my life because I didn't do my research. I just acted off of impulse, which is okay because sometimes that happens and sometimes you need to fail and learn your lesson, right? So I went from that to belts, okay? Now, mind you, guys, this is a long time ago, okay? Long time ago. I'm talking about when belts was popping. So I went to belts, the Gucci belts and all that, right? So where do you think I put the belts at? In my store. An electronics store with fake Rolexes and watches and belts and electronics. Started to look like a consignment shop, right? So I know exactly how much those belts cost me then. The belts cost me like $20 to $25 depending on what kind. Now, worst investment ever too. I remember it was a guy that I brought him from at a church, and I brought a bunch, and he threw them all in trash bags and the like boxes and stuff. They had the certificates and everything, and I sold some, but most of them I gave away for free. Okay, and these are like investments that I had that I did not really recoup on ever. Maybe I will one day, but I haven't. And I just thought that was a unique story because I get on here and I tell you guys about how this person's making money, that person's making money, I'm making money, I'm doing it. Y'all, let me be transparent with you. There's been a bunch of decisions I've made that have actually cost me money, a bunch of dumb things I've done that actually made me lose bread, and bad investments. Like I've made so many bad investments, it's not even funny. I've made so many bad choices, it's not even funny. I pushed myself back from the success that I feel like I was due to get because I just acted off of impulse, you know? So like that's like a negative of being an entrepreneur. And I really do believe that. Like everybody want to hype up being an entrepreneur, bruh. Being an entrepreneur is cool, but at some point, bruh, you start realizing that, damn, me being an entrepreneur, I'm going to make phone offers while I'm talking to y'all, okay? Me being an entrepreneur, and if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask me. Let me actually pull up the Hustler Taught Me chat as well. But we're live on Educated Hustler. We're live on Hustler Taught Me, and we're also live on Hustler Taught Me on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok as well. I need to work on getting me my third screen up because I do want to see if anybody talks in TikTok too. I'm just really building my social platforms, guys, working real hard on that. But anyway, failing is a really big part of being a entrepreneur. But I think that people don't really understand how stressful it is when you wake up every day and you have to be the one to put the money in your pocket on a consistent basis. And if you don't, if your decisions don't put that money in your pocket, bro, I see you, Sam. You shout out to you. Thank you. If your decisions don't put the money in your pocket, nobody else will. That's like one of the most depressing feelings ever. And you know, I was driving on my way this morning to Giant to get some detergent, and I was thinking to myself while I was driving, I'm like, yo, it's so crazy how we become so stressed out over money, right? When there's so many good things in life that we can enjoy for free. Correct. I see obstacles as new opportunities. Yes, sir. That's exactly where I'm getting to. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be really like honest. So, you know, May, make sure. Yeah. So, prime example, right? I'm looking at my calendar. April and May are one of the worst months for phone stores. It's one of the worst because what happens is you got a lot of people planning vacations, a lot of people putting their money towards other things other than electronics. So you actually get hit. And if I'm being real with y'all, like the last 2 months physically has been one of the worst months. Well, it has been the worst months of the year. And I find myself going through highs and lows and being really, really frustrated about it, because it is very frustrating and scary, because you have to understand, like, when you're used to a certain amount of success and you working your ass off so much, and you start seeing like, damn, stuff is declining, and then you start seeing like maybe your traffic is falling, right? You get 60 people to come in one day, and then the next day you get 30 people to come in, and then the next day you get 20, and then the next day you get 5, and then the next day is 0. It's like, bruh, as an entrepreneur, you start to overthink, you start to excuse me, you start to panic, you start to get to the point to where it's like, what am I gonna do? It's like the London Bridge is falling. It's like the sky is falling. It's like you start panicking because it's abnormal. And what you start realizing is that this is what comes with telling the world that you want something different. This is what comes with actually going against the grain. This is what comes with not clocking in at 9 to 5. This is what comes with you deciding that you want to live a life where you're in full control. Because see, when you allow others to be in control of your life seems more comfortable. Because they understand that in order for me to control you and control your life and control your livelihood, you have to feel comfortable and you have to feel content. So I tend to try to remind myself everything will be okay. No matter if I fall all the way down or I'm not getting no traffic in the store, whatever, I try to remind myself I've been there before. I've been there before. I've been in the position where I'm sleeping under cars. I'm kicked out of the house as a kid, sleeping in neighbors' basements and friends' basements, hiding from their parents so they don't know I'm there. I've been in a position where I walked out of a job and got fired because I'm too young and no other reason. I've been in a position to where I didn't have anywhere to live and I'm sleeping in the car. I've been in a position to where I just don't know where or how I'm going to pay for gas. I've been in those positions, so I try to tell myself, like, no matter what happens, you've been worse. You've been in worse positions, right? You've been here before, so act like it. You know, that's what, like, I repeat to myself on a consistent basis is, yo, bro, you've been here before. Act like it. And then, like, that becomes, like, Brandon, what are you talking about? And then you start realizing, like, no, you literally have been here before. So if you've been in a position to where you're on your last, or maybe things aren't working out for you, why are you panicking when you crawled out of that situation before? And then the natural response would be, because maybe this is the time where I won't be able to crawl back out. Or maybe this will be the time where I won't be able to get back on my feet. No iCloud locks, no pin locks, just on the blacklist. Oh, this is a blacklist phone. So, guys, with the price list, right? This price list, you're able to buy blacklisted phones, okay? So, you can buy blacklisted phones too. Now, what this person is saying, he has an iPhone 15, 128, blacklisted, right? So, what I'm going to do is actually go over to one of my guys, and I'm going to directly ask him right now for an iPhone 15 128, how much are we doing blacklist? How much can he actually pay me for blacklist? Now, I'm not buying any phones with the intention to sell to consumers. All phones are going to be brought with the intentions to sell to buyers, because I just want to start this month off strong. So what it says is $120 would be what they would pay for a blacklisted device. So what I would say to him is, now I understand when it comes to like a phone that's being sold that's blacklisted, the way I approach it is, I know for a fact this person can't go nowhere else. Like, this person's not going nowhere else, bro. He's not. He's stuck. Okay, he's either gonna find another buyer like me, or he's just not gonna sell the phone. He just wants to make something for this phone. So what I'm gonna say is I can do $50, and that's it. I'm not even gonna ask a question with this one because I really don't care to get this phone. But if I could, I would. All right. Cool. Now, obviously, I know that, you know, he probably won't settle for the 50. Hopefully, he argues me up to like $80 or something like that. That would be cool. That'd be cool. But yeah, it's just, you know, you gotta even out those highs and lows, bro. Like, you really do. Black iPhone 14 Pro Max, $256. Will he argue me or no? Okay. And then look, when people say no thanks, make sure you look at it. Now, what I would do if somebody was like no thanks and it was really a phone of value is I would be like, okay, no problem. Hit me up if you change your mind. The reason I'm not going to do that with him is because I know for a fact market value is 120. There's nobody that's going to offer him anything crazy. Nobody's going to offer him over 120. So what we got to do is we have to wait. Now, on Sundays, Saturdays, Fridays, people are out. People are not really trying to meet. Now, you'll find that you can plant seeds in people's heads and hopefully get them to work with you later in the week. That's sort of kind of why I do my offers on Sundays too, is to set me up for success throughout the week. It's not necessarily to get conversion. Now, I tell people this all the time. I love doing this live because I love when you guys see that I don't just get results automatically. You know what I mean? Like, I don't just get everybody to say yes. Like, I don't have no secret way to getting people to just say yes. But when you do it correctly, they always come back. And I'm just really looking. Like, I've seen some scams already. Now I walk you guys through what I see right now. Now I only am using just the iPhone term, right? So I'm just searching iPhone, and a bunch of iPhones are gonna come up: XRs, 11s, 16s, a bunch of variety. Now I probably would start with this screen and just type in iPhone when I first go on offer up, because my main motive is to make the 10 offers or more. Because if you make 10 offers a day, you're bound to hit on a few people that want to work with you throughout the week. They're going to hit you back, basically. If you make 70 offers a week, you're going to get some phones. It's law of averages. The more shots you put up, the more you can hit, right? So you have to put shots up. You got to make those offers. You can't cheat yourself. But somebody making a post like this saying iPhone 11 need gone, right? This screams scam to me, because when you tell somebody that a product that you're trying to sell is something you need gone, it kind of takes away from your leverage. Now, and then it's like a good price. It might be, but I don't trust it. And then the person he just made his account May 20th. Yeah, this is a fake. This is fraudulent. Let's get up off that. All right. Now, another thing this morning. So I made some offers this morning too. I think I made an offer on there, but let's see something real quick. Watch this. Did I make an offer on here? Yeah. So I've been giving people 250 offers, well, $250 offers for like locked iPhone 16 Plus. One thing I'll tell you is the 16 Plus is one of those phones that is not valuable at all, but it's one of the phones people view as valuable. So that's sort of kind of where it sucks because people view those phones as valuable because it's an iPhone 16, but it's not valuable. A 16 Plus does everything the 16 does, which the 16, it doesn't do much. And it's just a bigger phone, right? But it's not anything that you should really put out a bunch of money for. If you're somebody that is familiar with the way that I teach people to flip phones, you know for a fact that I tell people, make sure that you are not just putting out all of your bread starting out. Make sure when you are phone flipping, you're trying to get phones for the least amount of money. And I know that's self-explanatory. But what I'm saying is don't go buy an iPhone 16 Pro Max for $700 just to make $750. And that's going to be a $50 profit. When you can get a phone for $200 and then sell it for $250 or $260. You see what I'm saying? Making the lowest, this is 2 months ago. Making the lowest offers for lower models is going to always make you more profit. Like this. Look at this. iPhone 14, 64 gigabyte. This phone is worth crap. Right? But I know it's a real person. I'm going to say I can do 150. Now, you might be like, well, why you say 150? Well, this is a device that is a 64 gigabyte. I really should say $100 because that's not, nobody's going to buy this phone. I don't even think this phone is worth much. Let's see. I don't even think this phone is worth much at all. If I'm being honest. iPhone 14, bruh. 64. Yeah, like, that ain't even possible. Does the iPhone 14 even come in 64? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No. So what? This person must not know their information. They must not know what they're talking about. They must be ignorant when it comes to phones, which is our benefit. So we'll check that out. Another thing, guys, that I've been now. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. This is a scam, but it's okay. He doesn't want $700. There's no way. Let me just give him a realistic price. There's no way he wants $700. So I wouldn't even entertain that. Now it's a newer device. It looks like the tabs are off the phone, which shows me he most likely got this out of a store. I thought this was a scam. I'm kind of changing my mind a little bit. So yeah, so what we could do, we'll probably do like, I could do like 180. I can do 180. Because this phone, the iPhone 16e. So how much is the iPhone 16e? It's like, I believe, yeah, $500. So how would he want 700? That's interesting. Well, it's not really interesting. It's kind of stupid, but let's go to iPhone 14s. Welcome in, hustlers. What's up, family? What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great weekend, man. Just making offers. That's it. Always hit recent first. Turn off the shipping as well. If you're shipping or buying phones to be shipped on OfferUp in 2025, there is an issue, and I need to have a conversation with you because that is completely crazy. See, I look for phones like this. Like, I think I already made an offer on this, but the problem with a lot of 14s is that a lot of them are damaged. A lot of 14s are damaged. See, oh yeah, wow, I didn't even know that. I couldn't tell it was, but I think I showed you guys my repair list. So I showed you guys exactly how much I pay for screens. Remember? Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up for y'all. I believe I showed you guys, and I think I deleted it today, actually, off my computer. I got this one's thing right here because it's usually on my phone. But like, if an iPhone 13 is $21.95 for Supreme, so the way phone screens work, right, is usually you have different tiers, right? So as a phone store, right, what you want to do is you want to try to either do standard or you want to do Supreme. You don't really do hard or soft pause. Huge pause, no diddy. You don't want to choose the hard or soft quality unless you are doing a screen replacement for somebody and they're paying for that screen themselves. If you're doing a phone repair to fix a phone you're trying to sell, you want to do standard, right? Because you don't need to make sure that screen is top quality. Now, what I found is, now I could find the 14 price, but I think I deleted that picture. I got to look on my email and all of that. I don't feel like doing that right now. But if the iPhone 13 right here, standard screen is $17, I can automatically tell you the iPhone 14 standard screen is going to be around $22. Now, that is not a lot of money to fix, but I don't know if I made an offer here. I didn't. Okay. So it says iPhone is unlocked and can go with any carrier. iPhone has some damage with screen. However, screen is not cracked and can get fixed. Fast charger is included. Price negotiable. All that. Cool. The issue when you are buying phones that are damaged on screen like this, right? The problem would be, hey, and this would be my question to him. I have not yet seen the phone turn on. I have yet to actually see you turn the phone on and then go to the home screen. Why is that important? So sometimes you'll go up to people and they'll be like, oh yeah, I can't log in because the screen messed up. So if you run into somebody that's like, yo, I can't log in because the screen messed up, you got to automatically walk away. And do not buy a phone that looks like this ever. I've done it before. And sometimes it's iCloud locked. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's other issues. I like to see the screen. I want to make sure, even though technology has got way better since, when I was young and in the streets flipping phones, because what you used to have to do is hope and pray there wasn't no IMEI on here. I mean, there wasn't no iCloud on here. Now you could check the IMEI, and then the IMEI tells you if the iCloud lock is there. So, like, you can go over to SICW. I'll pull it up for you guys. So, like, let's say that you do go meet somebody, right? And then that person, that phone is locked or something, or the screen won't come on. What you could do is pull up an IMEI, and then right here, it will tell you if it's locked or not. So right here, sorry guys, let me put this right here. Okay, right here, it's going to tell you everything you need to know without having to turn the phone on. That saves you, because if you just assume that the iCloud is off and it's on, you just spent bread and you can't recoup, right? You can't get that money back. So that's why if there is a screen crack and he's like, oh, the phone won't turn on because the screen is messed up, but trust me, bro, like the iCloud is off, you want to check the IMEI. The IMEI will let you know, and then it would be able to reassure you. And this is a really good phone right here because the iCloud is off, it's unlocked, but what's the red? The red is it's not AppleCare eligible. That right there is basically saying you can't get AppleCare on this device, which would hint that it probably never had AppleCare, or you might have to do some further research to see why, but I would think that it must be an older device, like an older phone. I don't even know what phone I'm looking at right now. No, yeah, see, that doesn't make sense. But you had to do more deep diving. But yeah, so, if we were looking at this phone, is it this phone or that phone? This one, right? I would say I can do 140, right? I do 140. I buy the phone. I pay the $22 to get the screen fixed. That would take my initial investment to like 160. I would take that phone. I would then go ahead and sell that to a buyer for like 200. I would take that 200. I would then go and buy another crack phone, do the same thing. Now, you can make more bread if you sell it to a consumer. The reason I'm not trying to sell it to a consumer is because I'm trying to make quick flips. I'm trying to just quickly flip it. Like, I'm not trying to, the hell's going on? I'm not trying to do too much waiting. I just want to sell. That's my main thing. I just wanted to go and me to move forward. I think, didn't I hit somebody up? Okay. It's a good example. Oh, and I'm going to show you guys something because I get a lot of no's, but I want to show you guys why you want to get no's and increasingly get no's. But look, I can do $150, no box, right? Now, I asked that question to this individual on May 23rd. This is old. He said too low and no box. I said, okay, right? Phone is still up. That means that I still have a chance. But this happened to me earlier. So, and this person was up my behind. Okay, I'm about to show y'all. Okay, all right here. So this is a young lady, and I did this offer on live. Okay, just like how we doing the offers now. And this person came back same day, just a little bit later after they were negotiating and hassling. So this person says, well, let me read mine first. I can do 150. Person says the least I'm taking is $250, or I can take $225. Now, she said I can do the least I'm taking is $250 at 7:30 p.m. Now, the reason you want to make night offers is because it gives people time to think and ponder. When they know that they have some bread on the table and they wake up and don't got no more offers, they'll be more enticed to selling to you. When you're doing it in the morning like I'm doing it right now, people kind of want to survey the field, right? But anyway, so 4 minutes after I didn't respond, she says, I can do $225. That made me know that this is the type of person that is an early adapter or mid adapter. They want to sell this phone. Like, selling this phone is a top priority. Okay, so then she did question mark after I didn't answer for 7 more minutes. Then I said, oh, okay, thank you. I can't do that with the phone condition. If you change your mind, let me know. I'll be at my store this weekend. Then I gave her a number. Now, the reason I told her I'll be at my store, and this is something I tell you guys to do all the time, even if you don't have a store, you want to find a plaza near you, okay? A strip mall, or maybe a Walmart, a Whole Foods, a Giant, ShopRite, wherever, right? Publix. And you want to designate that area as your workspace. Now, the reason you want to do that is because most of these places have ATMs inside. ATMs always have cameras pointing at them. Also, they have cameras in them. So you are more secure doing a transaction at an ATM than you are doing it outside of a parking lot with cameras. Okay? Now, also, you have leverage because the person doesn't know if you work there. The person doesn't know any of that. So if you say my store, that can refer to my job, or it can refer to my wireless store, right? So I said that, and I want you to watch how the tone changes, okay? So I said at my store, I can't do it. She snaps right back, says, the phone is only cracked in the back. This isn't even worth $150. It doesn't mess any functions, okay? Now, I've already said this, but I'll say it again. Crackbacks do mess up phone functions. Maybe not immediately, but definitely in the long run. Phones overheat when they have crackbacks. Liquid can get into them from your case because liquid can get into the camera cutout, creep all the way down, and then damage your battery, speaker, and all of that, okay? They definitely are very highly risky. So I said, okay. And then I explained that to her. Cracked devices do often have problems later down the line. Blah. I said, if you can't sell it for any higher, just let me know. Thanks. Now, I'm acting very indifferent. Now, why I'm acting indifferent? Indifferent is basically me acting the opposite of a salesman or the opposite of someone trying to buy a phone. It's acting the opposite of what you're trying to actually be. Now, will you want an iPhone 13? So now this person is seeing that I'm not going to want to buy that phone. So now they're offering me another phone. Why is this important? It's important because I don't make money buying phones from one person. That does not make you money. See, the difference between a person that flips phones for a hobby and the person that flips phones for an income is the person that flips phones for income will get people consistently coming back to them asking them to buy phones. A hobbyist will be somebody that does this on a one-to-one basis, right? You never want one-on-one sales. You never want just, hey, yeah, I got this phone, yay, boom, boom, boom. You'll do the transaction and never hear from them again. Now, that's going to happen sometimes, but you don't really want that often. You want people to save your number. You want people to be like, yo, B, I got da-da-da-da. You want people to really be familiar with you, trust you, and always have you in the back of their minds because you want referrals, you want residuals, and that's important, right? So when she says, well, you want to buy iPhone 13, perfect condition, no cracks. I said, yes, of course. How much are you selling it for? Now, she's already going to be very wary of what price she's giving me because she already sees that I don't play. So she says 200. That actually, about 6 months ago, would have been a perfect price point, okay? That would have been perfect. I would have been like, yeah, right? But the reason why I did not say yeah is because when we go to our phone flipping price list, right, we can go all the way down to used phones. And I want to show you guys something. Now, when you look at iPhone 13's locked market value, we're at $80, $120, $170. So you see that it's not really worth $200, which is accurate. The reason is because, one, these phones are being given away for free. Now, I was starting to show you guys this already, but I stopped. But There's a bunch of different promotions where it's like iPhone 16s, $0 a month for 36 months, right? Then you got an iPhone 16 Plus, $2.77 a month for 36 months. You have a bunch of different promotions, and these promotions at times lower the market value for phones because there is a high transaction rate with these models, which means people are selling these models to phone buyers everywhere because they are getting them easy, right? The easier the phone is to obtain, the less they pay us, okay? Because they're already having their way with it, right? So they don't want to pay a lot of bread with phones that people aren't paying a lot of money for in the first place. That's how it works. Hold on, y'all. All right. Next. All right. So, boom. Sorry, guys. It was a thing. Said, okay, locked or unlocked. It's carrier locked. Now, a carrier locked phone is an issue. I do not like buying carrier locked iPhone 13s because iPhone 13s, while they do still have a SIM card, they're phones that are like, they're like that almost endangered. Let's just say they're an endangered species, right? But in order for them to make you more money or be valuable, you need to be able to have them with the ability to adapt in different areas. Like right now, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, all of these places are easily offering free 16s. So my competition selling to a consumer, which I would have to sell a 13 to a consumer, buyers don't want that crap. I'm really hurting because people will go and get a 16 before they go get a 13, even if they know they don't own the 16, right? So I need flexibility over anything. So that's why I was like, I don't know, you know? Anyway, so I said, okay, no problem. I said I could do 160. This hurt her heart because she thought, well, I said 200. Like, I thought that he would just, be okay with that. But I wasn't. Then she says, how about 175? Now, that's where I wanted her to go. I don't want to go lower than 200, but I'll take 175. Now, when you guys are looking, and this is where I think my channel differs from a lot of other channels, and I hope people appreciate it, is I go over a lot of negotiation tactics, right? And I'll show you guys one. You ready? So what they did, right? I want you guys to be able to look at this, right? So she says, how about 175? I really don't want to go lower than 200. So I don't want to go lower than 200, but I'll take 175. Y'all see that, right? But then if you scroll all the way up, she said the same thing here. The least I'm taking is 250, or I can take 225. So what it tends to be is this person does not know how to negotiate. They're very indecisive, but also soft-spoken. So instead of her saying the price that she wants or saying the price that she would take bottom line, she really wants to sell this device so bad that she is willing to cave but doesn't want to feel like she's being taken advantage of, right? Then, so she says that at 7:56 p.m. Now, I know what I'm doing, right? So she says it's at 7:56 p.m. At 8:26 p.m., she says, do we have a deal? I said, send me the IMEI. I don't pay that high for iPhone 13s locked. I have to get it unlocked. Now, mind you, I'm not getting it unlocked. Any phone I buy, I never pay for unlocks. I'm not doing that. She gives me the IMEI. Then she says something that you're going to see all the time as a phone flipper. She says, it's only $15 more You're going to hear people say that all the time. I've had people, right, in front of me, they whip out another phone. They'll be like, hey, by the way, will you buy this? I'm like, yeah, I'll buy it for 180. Let's do 200. It's only 20 more. I said 180. It's only 20 more though, bro. That's 20 more I can't afford, bro. So understand, like, people will think, especially with phone flipping, they'll be like, oh, it's only this much more. But those small margins matter to me. And a way you can combat that is you could be like, well, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can't go that low because that's cutting into my profit. That's like a way that I would do it. Or be like, oh, bro, like, I know it's $15 more. If I'm being honest with you, bro, I'm only making 10 out of that 15. Like, you can go and try to pitch it that way, and sometimes it works out. But don't let people be like, it's only $15 more. All right, you're right. No, don't do that. Also, you never know if you're going to see this person again, and they know your negotiation style, and then you look crazy. Now, look, I said, I'm sorry. I didn't read the other one. It's only $15 more. Then I don't respond. 3 minutes later, she says, I'm pretty sure you're going to resell it a bigger price. So if that's not good, then I'll go elsewhere. So, number one, you ever had that girlfriend, she getting in her little mode, she getting in her little zone, she getting upset, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, right? And they getting upset, and they start flexing, right? They talk, they're like, oh, well, da-da-da-da, right? Whatever they talking about. They saying something crazy, in your head, you just chatting, right? It's the same thing with this. You just talking. You ain't going nowhere else. And if you do go somewhere else, you're going to take a loss. And also, you're not going nowhere else because you know for a fact that you need this money so bad that you do not want to pass up on this. If you pass up on this, you might actually take a loss. You don't want that. Let me give you guys a really good life lesson. Some people will always stay with the deal, or they will try to make something work because they're afraid of what will happen on the other side, right? Not even because they know or they have some type of scientific theory. 9 times out of 10 is literally them being scared to try because they feel like it's right there in their grasp, right? So, you know what I said? I said, no, I'm not. Hey, iPhone 13s isn't worth the price any longer. If you look on your offer up and type in iPhone 14, you'll see iPhone 14s for the same price you're trying to sell the iPhone 13 for. The market changes, and sometimes the way we feel isn't, dang, I really was spitting. Sometimes the way we feel isn't worth, sometimes the way we feel it's worth isn't its actual worth. But I understand. Thank you so much. Now, y'all ain't see me snap out. Y'all ain't see me be like, girl, shut up. Y'all ain't see me do nothing. I handle it with respect and with class, with honor. There's no reason to disrespect anyone, especially if you're negotiating with a lady. But even if you're not negotiating with a lady, even if you're negotiating with a guy. I had a guy this morning call me a dummy or a dumbass or something like that. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not, and I used to. I remember driving to my stores every morning, snapping out at people on offer up that I'm making deals with. Like, shut your behind. Like, but you could tell a lot about who's in control when you look at how you react to certain things. And sometimes, I used to be really reactive. But then I learned that being reactive and reacting shows that you're out of control. That you don't actually have the control. You're acting as if you are in. So, what I urge you to do is to just stay calm and respectful. We respect people, okay? Because you also got to realize that you got a brand to uphold. Okay? They don't. All right. Hey, I'll take you now. I don't respond anything other than that. I just say thank you so much. She lets me walk. She lets me walk. And this is why I tell you guys to be patient. Hey, I'll take you up on your offer for both the iPhone 13 and the 15 Plus. Not even that. I also have an Apple Watch. Let me explain something to y'all. I've been doing this for so long, and not even just for phones. I've been negotiating with people for so long. I have taken way more losses than I have wins. But I will tell you this. Once you got a fish on the reel, you got a fish on the reel. And after this, she hit me up on my phone and blew my phone up. Blew it up. Blew it up. Okay? Now, the point of this message and the point of this lesson is if you're looking to phone flip or resell, whatever you're trying to do in any type of sales, understand that instant gratification is non-existent when you are trying to actually sell or get your way. Because we're not selling anything. We're trying to buy. And this is what I tell my reps too. Like, I used to hate, whenever I'm in front of like a phone store and I'm in the store or whatever, I command the room. I've never been one person to have anybody outsell me or anybody out talk me, anybody out pitch me. I've never been somewhere where someone sells better than me. Why? Because I adapt to my environment. I've been in positions where I see guys that talk smoother than me. I've been in positions where I see guys have more relationships at places than me. But see, what you do is you never let the customer or the person you're working with take control. And I'll give you guys a really good example. Somebody comes in and let's just say somebody comes into your inbox and says, hey, let's say you do Facebook ads and somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to sell you my phone. A typical person will be like, okay, how much do you want? Or, okay, can you give me the specs for your phone? But like somebody like me, I'll say, oh, okay, I see you got an iPhone 15 Plus. So I got a bunch of those already. All right, cool. So what's wrong with it? I'm going to ask you discovery questions that make you tell me a story. Because I know that the stories that you tell me are going to help me later. So I'm about to give y'all some game. If you got a girl that you're trying to talk to, if you got a customer you're trying to talk to and learn about, I want you to use this, right? You ever hear Fords? Fords, right? Fords, okay? Or we can just do FORD for right now. Family, occupation, relation, dream. So no matter if you're talking to a girl, a guy, or you're talking to a teacher, a professor, you're talking to a customer, a seller, a buyer, or whatever, a boss, and you need to hold a conversation. First, you talk about family. Then you talk about occupation. Then you talk about relation. Then you talk about dream. You talk about all of these topics, you in there like swimwear. You talk about all of these things, you start to gain intel, insight, and also you can learn a lot about if you want to continue the deal or the conversation with this individual. These are tactics that people use to manipulate. And you have to learn how to manipulate things in your favor, especially when you're trying to close deals. This was a really good example of it. And like she really fell into the trap, and it happens occasionally, right? Sometimes it doesn't. All right, let's see what this person said. I said I could do 140. This person says 225 for a cracked phone. Watch this. Thank you. Watch this. Thanks. Damn, I can't do that. I can't go that high. If anything changes, let me know, bro. God bless. Now, you'll hear me saying bro a lot. You'll see me type bro a lot too. And I thought about this the other day because, Philly is full of mean people. Some people are nice, but a lot of people you come across, they're just mean, right? And they don't do it on purpose necessarily, but like a lot of people are mean. That's just what it is. Like they just mean. So like sometimes you gotta soften people up. So I've developed a filler word, bro. Right? And I say it too much because it's sort of kind of like when you walk up to somebody like, hey, how you doing? I don't give a hell how you doing, to be honest. Right? Or, yeah, let's just say, hey, how you doing? I can't think of another one. But regardless, you say that and it's just like, I don't really care how you're doing, to be honest. It's just a filler. When I say bro, it's just me trying to soften you up to think that I'm relatable. When it comes to sales and negotiations like this, right, and DMs and direct message, you could say bro, but look at how I phrase this. He said 225. I said thanks, but damn, I can't go that high with the cracked screen. If anything changes, let me know, bro. Now, God bless. Now, when it comes to the God bless, that's de-escalation. You say the God bless portion because you want the person to know, like, let me get off the screen before he responds. You want the person to know that I don't want to argue or do all of that extra stuff, and also I don't want to come off as aggressive. So you wish them well, and that sometimes pans out well, sometimes not. Regardless, you want to make sure you have a not soft but a familiar, relatable tone, because if you don't, I'm telling you right now, you'll find yourself a lot of the times just arguing with people because some people do say anything out their mouth. Before we go there, let me see something. I can't see how many offers I made. Hold on. I need to figure out how many offers I made on there. All right, how about we just do Facebook real quick? I don't like Facebook. So Facebook Marketplace, in my opinion, is the worst place to... Ooh, they got chickens. Ooh. We have chickens available and ready for their forever home. We have 6... I don't know what the hell this is. These different chickens. Y'all, I want some chickens. Look at these chickens, y'all. Like, they lay eggs. Y'all think these chickens lay eggs? Anybody know about the chickens? Yo, I think I want a chicken. That would be tough, wouldn't it? Yo, they trying to get me to play ball so bad, y'all. I do want to play ball, but I also realize that I gotta prioritize. I gotta start prioritizing my work over me playing basketball. And I started to realize that, guys. I'll be real honest with y'all. Basketball is my piece, right? But like, that's what I do to just, make me happy. Because it's something I'm really good at. People, and I don't try. I went live playing ball too, so y'all can go ahead and check it out and see. I mean, this is what I do. But sometimes you gotta really step back from what you like to do and what makes you feel good and realize that you doing so much of what makes you feel good is actually taking you away from what actually makes you good in the first place. See, a lot of us, we want to feel good instead of actually being good. We want to feel productive instead of actually being productive. And like working out is very good. It's very productive. But like when you start to do things to feel a certain way without actually really having a result attached to it that gives you productivity or gives you some type of outcome that benefits you in the long term, you have to realize that it starts to take from you. And I've realized that with ball a lot. Like I play ball 2 times a week now, and that's it. Because I was playing ball a lot, and then I play ball. When I play ball for a while. Like I play for like 4 hours. That's 4 hours out of my day I could be making money. I could be making content. I could be working towards becoming a better person. See, understanding that your hobbies are not to be mistaken for your I don't want to say job, but for your productive habit, let's say, right? Because it doesn't have to be a job, right? It could be you doing product research, but instead of you doing product research, you out there with your shorty, with your girl. I just had to cut off a guy for that. You know what I mean? Like I had a good friend. He wanted to go to Fusion Fitness. Now the Fusion gyms out here, there's outside gyms, inside gyms, and all of that, right? He wanted to go, and he got a new girlfriend or whatever. So he got this new girlfriend, and he's just madly in love. And you know, I'm happy when I see people that are happy and they're being celebrated by their partners and all of that. That's great. But what happened was, and I had to catch myself, and the signs that happen, especially as an entrepreneur, you have very rare like interactions with people, other than, you know, business wise. So like when I have regular interactions with people, I tend to try and analyze what these interactions could teach me. So boom, I'm like, yo, bro, when you pulling up, he like, I'm gonna pull up at 2. So 2 comes. So I say, yo, because I'm that type of friend. I'm like, yo, just tell me what it is and don't tell me what it ain't. So I'm like, yo, bro, how far? Because I really didn't even plan on going to the gym. I was actually planning on doing something for you guys. So I was like, yo, how far? He ain't hit me back. So I was like, yo, bro, just go ahead without me. I'm about to do whatever I was doing. He started blowing my phone up. No, bro, here I come, da-da-da. I'm here. And long story short, I guess he was talking in the car with his girl. And he couldn't call me. He was just texting. And like it really taught me, Brandon, you got to make sure that you have people around you that have the right priorities. I have another friend, every day he asked me to go somewhere. He asked me to go out every day. Like every day. Like I'm like 100% every day. Like I'm not exaggerating. Every day. Okay? Every day. I have DJ friends. I have friends that just like going out to network and talk to people. I got friends that are in relationships but just want to go out and want to do their thing. I got friends that are married and they just want to just play ball and do regular stuff. I got friends that want to just stay in the house. I have a bunch of different people that I know, right? And I can't really call them friends, but they're all distractions in some way. And like that's what I had to learn. And I don't know who can get something from this, but it's like whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship or whether you're in a friend group or whatever, what I've realized, and I'm really talking about this because they're blowing me up like as we speak, what I've realized is that a lot of your friends only care about themselves. You're just somebody to support them in whatever they're trying to do. And you got to be really careful about who you allow to, you know, consume your energy, right? It ain't no time to be focused on friends or relationships and building and doing all of that when you don't got enough money. I'm sorry. And some people will be like, well, Brandon, it's not all about money, you know. You got to realize that, because I heard it all. Oh, you got to realize it's just really about the time. You just can't get the time back. And you just got to make sure y'all, like, I'm not going to curse. Forget all of that. Forget all of that. Because no man out there got any value that don't got no money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's the truth. If you're a man right now listening to my voice, as I'm sure you are, right? Your value is only as influential, important as your pockets. That's it. That you can believe whatever you want. You can believe that your wife loves you and your kids love you and all of that. But when you start to realize that as you grow, you gotta have more value. And if you don't have that value, you need to be working towards it, because that is what's going to make you somebody. Money doesn't make you somebody. The value that it gives you does, because it gives you power. Power makes you somebody. Respect makes you somebody. That makes you somebody. Not money, but money is a key component. If you don't believe me, be broke. I know people that are broke as hell, can't afford diapers, getting girls pregnant, and living off of somebody else. And they still living, they're doing great. But that's not the type of life that I want, right? So you have to understand to keep people away from you that are not on the same type time. They don't understand that their value is contingent on their productivity. I didn't say your work. See, you got to understand. Your value is not based upon your work. You could be, I got friends that's like, yo, I'm a security guard, or I'm a cybersecurity analyst. I'm in the Air Force. I'm here and that. Great. You're doing all of these jobs and you work at this great place. Cool. But that's where you have to understand the difference, or what you want to be. Do you want to be somebody that works all the time and gets crumbs? Some people do. You work all the time. You come home. You take your girl out for date night. You see her maybe 2-3 times a week. That might be a good thing for you. You know what I mean? That might be good. You might be the guy where it's like, oh, I'm unemployed. I do DoorDash and sell clothes on the side, and I see my peoples every day. Good. That might, like, it's all about understanding what you want for yourself and how you dictate your time. But definitely realize that it's not about your work. It's not about how hard you work. Your value is based on your productivity. How productive are you? Not when things are going good, but also when things are going bad. Because how can you be productive on a consistent basis if when things go wrong, you panic? If things go wrong, you quit. How? I really want to know. I really want to know. And that would be my advice to you guys, because it's hard and lonely out here, especially when you choose the life of being different than what the easy route is, right? Because the easy route is just go ahead, get you a job and just work. Put your head down, work. Go on vacations with your PTO and all of that. And that's not bad, bruh. It's not bad. Because that's good for some people. And it definitely can help you save a bunch of relationships, friendships and all of that. But understand, you are only as valuable as how productive you are. Please don't go around thinking that just because you work in a 9-to-5, you're productive. That is not productivity. That is survival. It's two different things. Productivity is result-based. How many results are you getting? That's why I'm so hard on myself. Because when I'm not getting results, I tend to lock in. This week, I'm thinking about going on live this week and not getting the hell off. Like, I'm always self-evaluating myself, because I understand that it's about execution. It's really not about work. I done work my ass off, bruh. I worked my ass off and got nothing for a lot of businesses I've done. Work does not equal respect, value, money, nothing. Work equals tiredness. Being tired. That's what work does. Sorry, y'all. Damn, they are blowing me the fuck up. So yeah. Let's make some. I'm gonna make 10 offers on Facebook real quick. Let's get it. All right, so on Facebook, the way that I do iPhone, and I will be live. I'm gonna go off live probably for like a couple hours. Then I'm gonna come back on live as well. I want to do a lot more lives, but not. I want to do topic based, and it'll be like a slideshow. I don't want to just. I'm not like these kids. You feel me? I don't got the energy to bounce up and down. Like new. And I tried to do the reacting stuff, but something in me, it's just like, I don't think reacting to content is entertaining. I don't think that reacting is content. For some reason, and I may be wrong, but I think that people that react to videos, they are talented, because it doesn't sit right with me. And I'm not going to ever force myself to do anything that I just, it's just not me. I can do 280. Because the iPhone 14 Pro Max it's around 350 market value. But yeah, I can't do the reacting, yo. I can't do the reacting stuff. I just can't. I've tried though. Like watching another man live his life, I'm good. I'm alright. Or like reacting to like cop videos and stuff too. I'm cool. I don't know why. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just not me. Sim lock, but overall phone is good. 14 plus. I can't remember what the 14 plus is worth. I feel like the 14 plus, because 230 is not a bad price. That seems a little scamish to me. For somebody to be okay with that. $14 plus. Hey yo, it's worth like 160. I'm good. I am good, bruh. And here's the thing, y'all. When it comes to like, hold on. I'm sending proof that I'm not. My fault, y'all. Yeah, this is not a phone that's worth it. But you want to know something? Since it's worth 160 market value and this person is selling it for 230, it makes me think that this person is actually in tune with market value and doesn't really want 230. So I'm gonna say I can do 150. Like I told you guys, the Plus series isn't that valuable. iPhone 14, 15s, and 16s aren't valuable either. These devices, again, are given away for free, which takes their market value down. This person is in a laundromat sitting down with Crocs on, and I can see them. So I know that this person probably is on a go. This is listed a week ago, so this person definitely wants to sell it. The reason I emphasize that they were in a laundromat on a go is because why couldn't they wait until they got home? Maybe because they are really trying to get the bread. So that shows me that they're really trying to sell, but the phone is still up and running. And as far as like the listing, basically, right? I don't like Facebook Marketplace because it's a bunch of phone stores and a bunch of people that are trying to sell phones for higher than market value. And a lot of these posts just look fake. They look too professional. I don't like that. I like phones that have a little bit of like phone pictures that have a little grit, a little steering wheel behind them. Like I like those. I like phones where I know it's a hustler on the other end, because like look at this. iPhone 14 unlocked like And then like these time frames, bruh. I don't want. Let me see something, bro. I gotta be tripping. How do I the last? Let's just say last 24 hours. I don't know, y'all. I know a good listing when I see one. It's not a lot. These are all phone stores in my area. Like stuff like this. Like this is what Facebook gives me, bro. Like Facebook strikes me as one of them places where they just try to act too good, bro. Why the hell do you got a flower or whatever the hell this is with a eSIM swap thingy, a charger, and then the phone on the stand? Like I don't want to see that, bro. Like I don't want to see that because it makes me feel like you trying to like I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, y'all. I'm tripping, y'all. And then this person got a beautiful device, but they talk Spanish. And they in Jersey. I don't even know what account this is, y'all. Anyway, cause I this is bad. Cause why is it showing me stuff in Jersey? Like there's nobody around me that lists anything on Facebook or something. Okay, iPhone 50. See, this don't sound right. This sounds right. And they put the IMEI. All right, 15. It's the last one. Then I'm gonna get off for a second, y'all. I'm coming back on though. I promise you. iPhone 15. Cause I don't know. Cause it's 3 weeks ago. Like I don't know if this person still has his phone. I don't like Facebook Marketplace. We'll continue. I'm gonna probably do some more. I'm gonna probably package some resellers kits on live this evening. Do something like that. Tap in with y'all. Spend some more time. I appreciate everybody that has watched. I really, really do. All of the likes I appreciate as well. Appreciate all the likes we can get. I really, really appreciate it. Everybody on TikTok, everybody on Hustler Taught Me, and also everybody on Educated Hustler. We got to get our Educated Hustler family back up, man. Educated Hustler, man. Y'all been on some BS, man. I don't like it. Hustler Taught Me be showing all the love. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Also, if you guys want to join the free community, go ahead and join. I'm about to show y'all. Go follow me on Instagram on my business page as well. My business page should pop up. Yep. So go join me right here, type in Hustler Taught Me, right? And then go right here, free community, okay? Free community, I'm about to show y'all. Free community. So go to Hustler Taught Me, okay? And then go and hit this. Go to here. And then when you go here, just hit this. And then it gets you in. All right? Free community. Go ahead and get in there. I do free calls on there as well. So I will do calls for free. Once a week, twice a week, whenever you need me, I do the calls for you. Whether it's y'all looking to get them banned from eBay, or whatever the cause is, I extend my hand to help you as much as possible, because again, I do care about helping you guys succeed. So definitely go ahead and get in that community, and then message me when you're in there, so I know that you came from this live. And yeah, also of course follow me on TikTok too. Okay, TikTok as well. Hustler Taught Me. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.